Hello and welcome from my heart. I am Arian, your Fairy Muse, and I would like to invite you into my little world. And in this channel, I will introduce you to the magical world of nature. I would love to inspire you as well when you are an artist or would like to become an artist. And in this episode, I will show you a little bit of my backstory, and therefore I have here this magical trunk with a Celtic tree as a topic here in the carving, and I really love this Celtic design. And later I will show you some very personal items inside the trunk that are so deeply connected to my fairy soul. And recently I have found out that there's a big part in me which is really in such a deep connection to the fairy world, to the muses, and I see myself as a muse as well. And this is because the channel is named Arian, the Fairy Muse. And therefore you are very welcome here if you are looking for inspiration for your own artistical work. If you are also drawn to the old world, to the old ancient times, if you are feeling a little bit like suffering in this modern cold times, then you are here in the right place. And in this episode, I will show you what I have already said, some very personal items in this trunk. And I will introduce you to the first principle of the Fairy Muse. Seek and find beauty everywhere. Since my childhood days, I was always able to find the most beautiful stones. I have always been collecting special crystals, gemstones and normal stones from everywhere. I am really deep in love with nature, with plants, with herbs and everything I find outside. And now I want to show you a little piece of silk I have made in 1998, which is really long ago. And this is a artwork in silk. By that time I was reading the book Woman Who Runs with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I really adore the book of Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And inside this book there's a little story about the butterfly woman. Maybe you can remember this. And this has inspired me to paint the beautiful butterfly woman on silk. And you can see the brilliant colors. They are still alive so many years now. And this was one of my first art pieces that has shown already my deep connection to the fairy world and to the hidden magic. And this reminds me that this is such a strong calling inside of me that I can't ignore any longer, and therefore I have created this channel, and I hope you will enjoy my little stories, my little world and my art pieces. And so let's go into the autumn forest, and there I will open up the magical trunk. So let's open up the magical trunk. I will show you some personal items inside of the box, and this is a little bit like a time travel into the past. The first item is the flower crown I have bought it in Glastonbury in 2019, and the second item is hidden in a red organza bag. This is a very cute little fairy figure inside with real moss I have collected here in the Black Forest. She's really sweet and cute. And you see the next item, which I have created by air dry clay and a Celtic design. And there you see me picking a little blue tit. I really love all the birds around my house. I am always feeding them. And this blue one is also created by air dry clay, and I have painted it with this beautiful ornaments. This little piece of wood is from a red wood, and there you can see the oracle cards. They are belonging to the book Believing in Fairies, a Manual for Grown-Ups, and there you see the German edition. And right now you see a picture of me which was taken in 2001, and there you see I was already into the fairy realms, and this was the first time I have been connecting to the fairy world. And in the book itself you see a picture from me. This was taken near Lake Constance in 2003, and this is also a really beautiful fairy motif. So I hope you enjoyed this, and now we will dive in to the autumn forest, and I will show you my first masterpiece of a nature mandala. In this first episode, I will invite you in this autumn time here in the Black Forest where I live, in a small house directly in the woods, and I will show you my artwork with a mandala. I have collected mushrooms, leaves, berries and so much beautiful material, and I will show you how I will create from all this natural material a beautiful autumn mandala. In the beginning, I've started with a wooden painting ground and acrylic colors. I have used yellow, orange, green and brown, the perfect autumn colors, to prepare the background for my nature mandala. And in the next step, you will see me already collecting the items I have found in nature, the mushrooms, the beautiful, colorful autumn leaves, stones, chestnuts, acorns. And it's really easy to create such a mandala because nature itself is pure beauty. And here you see everything in place. Isn't it beautiful? It's like a pizza for the eyes. And the rose quartz in the center. Here you see me again in a monastery ruin, which reminds me so much of Glastonbury Abbey in England. And in the next part I will paint a little aquacolor painting which is dedicated to Glastonbury Tor and the Vessia Piscis. I have used turquoise, green and yellow, and to paint the circles I love to use the golden acrylic color. And with these pictures I will say goodbye, and in the last part of the video you will hear my singing voice together with the streaming of the beautiful river near the monastery.